Hey Siri, turn off the shop fan.
Coming right up.
Well, we're back. What we're going to do next is separate the engine from the transmission. It's been drying now for a couple minutes, and the fan on it has really kind of gotten that pretty well dry. We're going to separate the engine and the transmission because that will allow us to put the engine in the car without scraping up that fresh engine bay, which if you didn't see the video of the engine bay, we repainted it and all that stuff. Go back in one of these corners here and look at the playlist and go back through and see all the stuff that we've done to this Jeep so far because that's in the playlist. But for now, we're just going to take a couple minutes. We're going to zip this transmission off. We're going to put it on a transmission jack, and that will free up the engine so that we can go over it and check to see if all the seals are good. And there's a couple of things I'm going to do to it, and then we're ready to put it into the Jeep. We're going to throw you guys on a tripod. Come along with us. Some types of automatic transmissions, what?
Have like a gear, I mean it has the two middle gears, like the sun and planet, is what they call it.
Planetary?
Yeah, planetary. Yeah. Is that what this is?
No, I don't think this one. The transfer case is planetary. I don't think so in the transmission. See if you can slide this transmission away from the transmission engine a little bit. Okay, that's good. Oh. Where are we hooked on? Where are we hooked? Oh! Fluid lines. Hold on. Fluid lines. So what I'm doing here is I'm just tightening this down. So that it hopefully won't allow this guy to slide out. See what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm using a bolt that we will need. Oh. Fine. Okay. Okay. That now. And this guy we can slide backwards. And all the rest of the tools, just take them over and put them on the bench for now. Alright, I got the engine and transmission separated. Tomorrow we're going to come back and change the seal on the oil filter adapter. I looked at the back of the flex plate. There is not any oil on there. I really don't think that the rear main seal needs to be messed with. That makes me really happy because I'd rather not mess with that. And honestly though, it's not that difficult to do in a car, so we'll just leave that one for another day. That means I can leave the oil pan on there, I can leave the oil pan gasket alone. Really want to focus on the oil filter adapter. The front main seal looks like it may need some help, and but we're going to do that tomorrow. That's it for tonight. Stick around, we'll see you in a minute. It's the next day. I am starting to work on this engine. I just chipped off the old flange here. I figured I'd do that while it was up in the air. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to take the cats off. I'm going to pay someone to probably weld a whole new exhaust onto it when we're done. So they'll deal with that, I think. But what I'm setting out to do now is I'm going to start in on this adapter over here. Right in here. There are like 3 O-rings in here that I got to take off. I got to zip this guy out. But to do that, I got to drain the oil. So otherwise, it'll all come out here. Not a bad idea to do it anyway. So I'll drain this, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to take off the harmonic balancer. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to let you watch any of that stuff because she's been running the pressure washer cleaning the carpet. So I figured I'd explain what I'm doing, set up the camera, and get it done. Here we go. I'd like to just put a thin little tiny smidge on there just to prevent oil from moving around the seal. Just a tiny little gasket maker. And if I ever have to replace this seal again, I'm going to be really mad at myself for doing this. But, you know, that's future me's problem. I'm pretty sure this is a $28 seal. I don't want to mess that up. Those grooves, clean them up a little bit. For the record, there's a tool for this to install this unit back on here. I don't have it. So grab a hold. You see that big the flex plate in there? The big wheel on the back of the engine. Grab a hold of that and try to prevent it from spinning. Okay? We're gonna go a little bit more. I got about 75 foot-pounds that time. All right, you ready? There we go. Hold on, let me just do it one more time to confirm. Yep, you got 80 foot-pounds of torque. We're good.
What is that?
So this is a torque wrench, and when you want to get something to a specific tightness, you put it on here, and then you watch this dial. And the harder that you pull, you see this bar how it moves.
Yeah.
It tells you how much torque you're putting on. So when when a specification calls for, like, this one called for 80 foot-pounds of torque, you put that on there, and then you hold this, and then as you push harder, it will tell you how much torque you're applying to that bolt. So we had to hold the crank still so that the whole thing didn't move, because otherwise the whole engine will turn. So the right thing to do is to get like a bar and bolt into here and hold it, and then do this. But it is easier to just have you hold that. But that's what this is. It's to apply specific amount of pressure or thrust or torque that you wanted to get it to a specific tightness. You use one of these to do that. And I have this is a dial indicating torque wrench. You've seen me use the clicking one before, right? Where you get it to it and you... No? Well, you'll see that as we go further. I'll be using that too. What we want to do here is just check to make sure this is the right seal. Yeah, that looks right. And then it goes over the... Yep, that looks right. Okay, so then this guy will hook in here like this. Oh, this one might not work for this guy. You want to just kind of hook behind the seal a little bit. Just try to pry it out. Right out. You just want to be really careful about doing that, because if it goes wrong and you scrape one of these surfaces or this guy here, then you could be causing yourself other problems. But that came out pretty nicely. And we're just gonna double check it here. We've got the same depth, got the same width. That all looks good. And then the next time that you run it, it starts leaking all out of all kinds of places, and you're like, why? Why? So there's a bunch of different spots in here. You have to make sure that this is seated in the pump correctly. There it goes. There it goes. Now, put our bolt back on. Where's our washcloth? Okay, so now this is just in there to hold it while we move it around the shop. So, not putting too much pressure on it. It's just kind of holding it there so that it doesn't fall out. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but we'll get as much done as I can. I'm probably going to end off this video here, and then you'll see what I do tomorrow on the next one, maybe. Either way, thanks for stopping out. See you guys soon.